Hello, welcome back. So now in this part, we will solve one more example, example 2. So in this again, we have to make shear force and moment diagram for the beam. And this time we have a simply supported beam, which is carrying a uniformly varying load. So here you can see uh, at one point it is 0, the intensity of UVL is 0, and on the other point, the intensity of UVL is 6 kilonewton per meter. So in this now our first step would be to find out the reactions. So as I said earlier also, I will not be solving support reactions. I will directly show the reactions because I have already discussed the procedure how we can find out the reactions. So you can refer to my previous lecture if it is not clear to you. So support reactions can be shown using the free body diagram. So I will be showing you the free body diagram of this beam. So it will look like this. So on this support, the reaction will be 9 kilonewton, and on this support, the vertical reaction will be 18 kilonewton. There will be no horizontal reaction because there is no horizontal load, and that is why horizontal reaction will be 0. So now our next step is to find out the uh, functions of moment and shear force. Now, but before that, we have to decide how many segments can be made here. Well, you can see in the beam only one type of load is there, and that is why we will be having only one segment. So I'm naming this as AB. So segment AB will be there only. So as there is a UVL, so in this segment, we can cut the section at any arbitrary point, which is at distance X from point A. And then we will make the free body diagram of this segment. So doing so, I will be showing you the free body diagram of segment of the left hand side segment. So here you can see at this point here, we don't know what will be the intensity of UVL, and that is why I have named the intensity of UVL as W kilonewton per meter. But we can find out this intensity using the proportional triangle diagram, because I will show you the same on the this here. So as I said here, due to the proportional triangles, the distributed loading acting at the end of this segment has an intensity, because you can see this is a right triangle and this is also a right triangle. So these are the proportional diagrams. So using their proportion, we can easily find out the value of W. So we can write like 6 by 9, because this is 9 meter. So 6 by 9 will be equals to the ratio of W by X. And using this proportion, we can easily find out the value of W, which will be 2 by 3x. So the value of W here is 2 by 3x kilonewton per meter. So the diagram is modified and it is shown here. So yes, we found the intensity at location X. And you can see this intensity is the function of X. So this intensity, this UVL, which is in the form of triangle, we can convert this UVL into a resultant force, which will be acting at a distance X by 3 from this side. So this whole triangular load, can be converted into a resultant point load, which will be acting here. So the magnitude of this point load will be equals to the area of this triangular load. So that area will be half into X into 2 by 3. So here I have written it will be half into X into 2 by 3x. This is here 2 by 3 multiplied by X multiplied by half. And the magnitude of resultant will be 1 by 3 x square, and it will be acting at this point, which will be at a distance x by 3. So yes, this is the now the modified diagram. So the the resultant of this triangular load is 1 by 3 x square kilonewton. And as we have made the free body diagram of the whole segment, we have also shown the internal forces which we have to find out as a function of x, v and m. So now we will use the equation of equilibrium to find out the value of v and m as a function of x. So using the equations of equilibrium, so first of all, we will find out the value of v, and using the equation summation of fy is equals to y. So here you can see we have three vertical forces. One is this one, second one is this one, and the third one is this one. So upward force will be positive, downward force will be negative. So using this process, we can say that 9 minus 1 by 3 x square minus v. And with this, we get equation of v in terms of x as 9 minus x square by 3 kilonewton. And this is our equation 1 for segment AB. So this is segment AB. Similarly, we will find out the second equation for the value of m as a function of x. So using this second equation, which is summation of m equals to 0. So here we will find out moment at the point where we have cut the section. And at this point, the moment due to value of v will be 0 because it is passing through the same point. And there will be three moments actually: moment due to this force, this reaction force, and moment due to this force, and the moment itself, this m. So this will create positive moment, this will create negative moment. I have already explained in the previous part the process why it will be positive and why it will be negative. So you can refer to that. So in this, the equation now becomes 9 multiplied by x as positive. Similarly, the moment due to this force will be negative 1 by 3 x square multiplied by the perpendicular distance, which is x by 3. So this is minus 1 by 3 x square multiplied by x by 3. And minus, here m is anti-clockwise, so we are taking this as negative. So the value of m, further we simplified this as 9x minus x cube. So this is our equation 2. So here we have only one segment, so we are required to find out only these two equations. So equation first will signify the value of v, and equation 2 will signify the value of m. So now we have these two equations, and with these two equations we will now plot shear force and moment diagram. So using equation 1 and 2, we can now plot or draw shear force and moment diagram. So equation 1, first of all, we will take equation 1. So equation 1 is, equation 1 is v is equals to 9 minus x square by 3. So this is our equation. So now in this equation, you can see x is in the order of 2. So this, when the x is in the order of 2, then generally the graphical, graphically when we see, we try to plot that equation, then it will be a curve. So basically, if we see the equation of parabola, the equation of parabola is y is equals to x square. So this is the simplest equation of parabola. So, and in this case, you can see x is of order of 2. And that is why when we have equation of x in order 2, then generally we will have a curve as a parabolic curve basically. So this equation will give us a parabolic curve. Now we have to find out the value or the ordinate of that curve by putting the value of x from 0 to uh, 9, because here the as we have cut the section at this x distance, so in this the limit of uh, x was more than 0, sorry, okay, so this was the range of x. It is the range is between 0 to 9. So if we put the value of x as 0 in this equation, then we get uh, the value of v as 9. Similarly, if we put the value of x as 1, say if we are putting 1, then we get the value of v as 8.67. And if we put the value of x as 2, then we get the value of v as 7.67. Similarly, if we put the value of x as 4, then we get 6. Sorry, when we put the value of 3, first of all, we will put the value of 3. Then we get the value of v as 6. When we put the value 4, we get the value of v as 3.67. And when we put 5, we get v as 0.67. When we put 6, we get -3. For 7, it will be -7.33. And for 8, it will be -12.33. Similarly, for 9, it will be -18. So these are the values of ordinate of the graph that we are going to draw. So here, if we draw the graph, it will something look like this. So this is x, this is v. So when x is equals to 0, then v will be the as 9. So say 9 is here. Similarly, when x is equals to 1, it will be 8.6. So I'm making here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, something like this. Okay, so for each ordinate, we will find out the value. Say when we put x is equals to 1, we get 8.67. So this point is here. Similarly, for 2, it will be here. For 3, it will be here. For 4, it will be something here. And for 5, it will be somewhere here. And for 6, here. For 7, it will be here. It will, for 8, it will be here. And for 9, it will be something here. So now we got these points. We have to join these points as a curve, and that curve will be a parabolic curve because the equation is having x of order 2. So that is the process of drawing the diagram. So now I will show you the diagram of shear force. So this is the diagram of shear force, and the equation of this curve is 9 minus x square by 3. So because x is of order 2, we have parabolic curve. Similarly, we have the second equation, equation for moment. So that equation is 9x minus x cube by 9. So on the same line here, you can see in this equation, we have x of order 3. And generally, the equation of cubic parabola, it involves, I think, of y is equals to ax cube. So this is the simplest equation of cubic parabola. And in this, we have x of order 3. And that is why when we get equation of x of order 3, the curve will be in the form of cubic parabola. So this time the moment equation the moment equation will give us a cubic parabolic curve. So in this again, as the range of x is 0 to 9, so we can put the value of x as 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and we will get the ordinate. And once we get all the ordinates, then we can plot the graph here, the same process I have explained for the shear force. So we will be having graph M and X. For when X is equals to 0, we will be having 0. When X is equals to 1, we get 8.89. So 8.89 will be say somewhere here. Similarly, when we have 2, it will be something here. So putting all the values, we will get ordinates in something this order. So when we join all the points, we will get a curve which will be known as cubic parabola. So this curve is for the bending moment. Now I will show you the bending moment diagram. But before that, you can notice in the first diagram of shear force that shear force is changing a sign at this point, and before this it was positive, and after this point it will be negative. So the point where shear force is changing, we can find out the length, although the length is already shown here. But how do we find out this length? We can easily calculate, because you can see shear force is 0 at this point. So if we consider this as say y, so to get the value of y, we can, sorry, not y actually, we can easily find out the x. Say if I say that this is x, and we already know the equation of this curve, which is v is equal to 9 minus x square by 3. So v is equal to 9 minus x square by 3. Now we know at this point shear force is 0. So if we equate this value with 0, we will get the value of x, and that value of x will be 5.2 in this case. Okay, so this is how we get the value where shear force will change the sign. Well, why it is important to find out this location, because as I explained in the previous example also, that the point where shear force will change the sign will have maximum bending moment. So corresponding to this, now I will show you the diagram of bending moment, where corresponding to this point it will be maximum. So here you can see corresponding to this point, the bending moment is maximum. And maximum bending moment, when we are required or when we are asked to find out the maximum bending moment, then what we will do is we will first find out the location where shear force is changing the sign. We will find out the distance, and the same distance we will put, the same value we will put in this equation to get the maximum value of m. So I have explained this here. So I have written here also, it can be seen that this value of x happens to represent the point on the beam where maximum moment occur. Yes, this is the point where maximum bending moment will occur, and we can find out this value using this equation. So using equation 2, we can now have the maximum value of bending moment. So using the same equation, 9x minus x cubed by 9. So putting the value of x as 5.2 meter, we get the maximum bending moment as 31.2. So that is the maximum bending moment in this beam at a distance 5.2 meter from the left end. And now showing the maximum bending moment magnitude in the same diagram. So here you can see now the maximum bending moment diagram, maximum bending moment can be shown in the diagram like this. So this is the process how we can draw the diagram. So that was the solution for this. Thank you. In the next lecture, we will solve some more example for the same topic. Thank you.